Good morning, everyone, dear friends. Today, our topic is differentiability. We shall discuss here the basic concept of differentiability and exercise 5.2. We shall know how to solve question number 1 to question number 10, the easy access to these questions. So let us proceed with exercise 5.2 NCERT textbook, class 12 mathematics. My dear friends, first of all, what is differentiability? Before proceeding towards exercise, suppose we have any function f of x and we are going to find the derivative of this function at any point c. So we say that f of x, the given function, is differentiable if limit h approaches to 0, f of c plus h minus f of c whole divided by h. This is the h, the new term, which is supposed any number which is greater than 0. Also, we can write, if we are able to find this limit, then we say f dash c, mean to say the derivative of the given function at the given point c, that is equal to limit h approaches to 0, f c plus h minus f of c upon h. So this is the way how we proceed, how we start the derivative, the differentiability. My dear friends, the basic information, suppose f of x is the given function and now we are going to find the derivative of this function, then we write simply as d dx in front of f of x. Now what is this d dx? D dx is merely an operator. This is just an operator. This is just the symbol of derivative. So when we find the derivative of the function, this becomes f dash x. This is also the symbolic information. Also, sometime we write this dy dx. So if we put y is equal to x, f of x, then this derivative becomes dy dx. So out of these expressions, we can use any one. Some basic rules of the derivatives. First of all, if there are two functions and there is a plus or minus sign in between the two functions, and this dash, superscript dash, it means we are going to find the derivative of the function. Then u plus v, the whole derivative, is equal to the derivative of the first function plus minus derivative of the second function. Secondly, this is the product rule of the derivative. If there are two functions u and v, their product, then how to find the derivative of the product function? First function, its derivative, into second function plus first function into derivative of a second function. Similarly, this is the quotient rule, fraction form. So if first function is in the numerator, second function in the denominator, then u upon v whole derivative is equal to denominator into derivative of numerator minus numerator into derivative of denominator whole divided by denominator whole square, where denominator is not equal to 0. My dear friends, the standard results, some standard derivatives, they are written here. Suppose f of x takes the value x raised to power n. Then what is the derivative of x raised to power n? This is n into x raised to power n minus 1. Similarly, if a given function is a raised to power x, Then what is f dash x? F dash x is equal to a raised to power x into log of a. Next is exponential function. If f of x is equal to e raised to power x, then its derivative f dash x is equal to e raised to power x. No change. Next is f of x is equal to log of x. Then derivative f dash x is equal to 1 upon x. Next is the derivative of sine of x is cos x. Derivative of cos of x is minus sine x. Derivative of tangent x is secant square x. Derivative of cotangent x is minus cosecant square x. Derivative of secant x is secant x into tangent x. Next is derivative of cosecant x, which is equal to minus cosecant x into cotangent x. My dear friends, likewise we can also proceed here for the inverse trigonometric functions also. If f of x is equal to sine inverse x, then derivative will be equal to 1 upon square root of 1 minus x square. Next is cos inverse x. There is no change, just the sign becomes minus. What was the derivative in case of sine inverse x? Same is the result here, but with negative sign. Next is tangent inverse x. Its derivative is 1 upon 1 plus x square. And cotangent inverse x, its derivative, just put the minus sign before the derivative of tangent inverse x. Next is, what is the derivative of secant inverse x? This is equal to 1 upon x into square root of x square minus 1. Last one is, what is the derivative of cosecant inverse x? The derivative of cosecant inverse x is minus 1 upon x into square root of x square minus 1. So these are the some standard derivatives. These results should be on the tips of each and every student. Only then we can suppose that we are interested to proceed. So let us proceed now towards exercise 5.2. Our very first question is, suppose f of x is equal to sine of x square plus 5. Then what is derivative of the function? Now, according to the situation, we know if function is a sine of x, then immediately we can find the result. The derivative of sine x is cos x. But here, this is not sine x, this is sine of x square plus 5. So x square plus 5, we take this equal to u. Now question becomes, f of x is equal to sine of u. Now according to the rule, what is f dash x? This is derivative of sine of u. But we are not going to differentiate this sine u with x. So this du get cancelled. We are writing into du upon dx. So we can differentiate here this second function u with respect to x. First function, this is differentiated with respect to u. So sine u differentiated with respect to u becomes cos u, and u, whenever this is differentiating with respect to x, result is the derivative of x square is 2x, derivative of 5 is 0. So result is cos of u into 2x. Now what is u? U, basically this is x square plus 5. So we take the original value of u. Next is into 2x. So in a proper form, this can be written as 2x. We are writing this before here. 2x into cos of x square plus 5. So this is the first question, my dear friends. Now our next question is question number 2. Let y is equal to cos of sine of x. So find dy dx. Again, here also we suppose cos of sine of x. If this is cos of x, there is no problem. This is just the formula. What is the formula? Y is equal to cos of x, then derivative is minus sine of x. But this is not cos of x. In place of x, this is sine of x. So we write sine of x as equal to u. This becomes cos of u. Now differentiating cos u with respect to u, thereafter u with respect to x. So the derivative of cos of u is minus sine of u. That of derivative of sine x is cos x. Now the original value of u is sine of x. From here this is taken, so it becomes minus sine of x into this is the cos x. So final result is minus sine of sine x into cos of x. So we can also write this as minus cos of x into sine of sine x. Our question number 3, differentiating sine of ax plus b with respect to x. So first of all, we suppose the whole function equal to y. Y is equal to sine of ax plus b. Now, similar case, we take here y is equal to sine u. Here, the value of u is ax plus b. Again, what is dy dx? This is derivative of sine u with respect to u. Thereafter, derivative of u with respect to x. The derivative of sine of u is cos of u. That of u is a, because derivative of ax is a, derivative of b is 0. So lastly we can write it as a into cos of u. Inserting here the original value of u, which is equal to ax plus b. So final result becomes a into cos of ax plus b. Now question number 4, differentiate secant of tangent of square root x with respect to x. Here again we take y is equal to secant of tangent square root x. So let y is equal to secant of u, then u is equal to tangent square x, square root of x. So what is derivative of secant of u? The derivative of secant u with respect to u is secant u into tangent u. Thereafter, derivative of u with respect to x. What is u? Here in rough work we can solve this. U is equal to tangent of square root of x. Again, this is the function of function. So we can again write it as u is equal to tangent v, where v is equal to square root of x. Now du dx is equal to what is derivative of tangent v with respect to v, this is secant square v into dv dx. Secant square v, what is derivative of square root of x? This is 1 upon 2 square root of x. And writing the value of v, this is square root of v. So final result of du dx is secant square of square root of x upon 2 into square root of x. So we put the value here. Dy dx is equal to secant of u. U mean tangent square root of x into tangent of u. Tangent of u, this is u. U mean tangent of square root of x into secant square of square root x upon 2 square root of x. Our next question, differentiating, how to differentiate the quotient function. Quotient function u upon v. U is sine of ax plus v. V is cos of cx plus d. Now, as the formula we have studied it as u dash into v minus u into v dash upon v square. U sine of ax plus b, therefore u dash is equal to a into cos of ax plus b. And what is v? V is cos of cx plus d. So v dash becomes minus c into sine of cx plus d. Just we insert these results here in the formula. U upon v whole dash, this is the final result. U dash mean a into cos of ax plus b into v. V is cos of cx plus d minus sine in the formula u. U means sine of ax plus b into v dash. V dash is minus c into sine of cx plus d upon v square. V square is cos square of cx plus d. So this is question number 5. Now we have question number 6. Differentiate cos of x cube into sine square of x raised to power 5 with respect to x. So this is the product rule. U into v. What is u? U is cos of x cube. What is v? V is sine square of x raised to power 5. Now finding the derivatives of u and v. Derivative of u dash is equal to cos x cube. What is its derivative? Cos mean minus sine of x cube. After that, what is derivative of x cube? This is 3x square. So final result is minus 3x square into sine of x cube. Similarly, v is equal to sine square of x raised to power 5. So v dash is equal to sine square. Sine square mean 2 into sine of 2 minus 1 of x raised to power 5 into derivative of sine of x raised to power 5. So this becomes 2 into sine of x raised to power 5 into derivative of sine x power 5 is cos x raised to power 5 into derivative again that of x raised to power 5. So result is 2 into sine of x raised to power 5 into cos of x raised to power 5 into 5 of x raised to power 4. So this becomes 5 into 2, 10. 10x raised to power 4 into sine x raised to power 5 into cos x raised to power 5. So this is v dash. Now, according to the rule, product rule of the functions, derivative of u v is equal to u v dash plus u dash v. So we put here the respective values. U is cos of x cube and into v dash. V dash is 10x raised to power 4, sin x raised to power 5, cos x raised to power 5. This is the plus sign. So next is u dash. U dash is minus 3x square sine of x raised to power 3 into v. V is sine square of x raised to power 5. So this is the final answer. Question number 6 is complete. Now proceeding towards question number 7, we have differentiating 2 into square root of cotangent of x square with respect to x. So the very first step is, suppose y is equal to 2 times square root of cot of x square, the given function. So what we do here, again we write it as derivative of the given function with respect to x dy dx is equal to 2 is constant, so x raised to power n. According to that, n into x raised to power n minus 1. So 1 upon 2 u, what is u? U is cotangent of x square. 1 upon 2 minus 1 du dx. So this 1 by 2 into 2 u raised to power minus 1 upon 2 du dx. What is u? Cotangent of x square. Cotangent, again we put it as cotangent x square, we are writing it cotangent v, where v is equal to x square. So what is derivative of cotangent v? This is minus cosecant square v into dv dx. What is derivative of v? That is x square. This is 2x. So writing here 2x. Now we have minus 2x into cosecant square of v upon square root of u. The basic form of u is cotangent x square from here, and that of v is x square. So this is the final result. Question number 7. Question number 8 is very easy. Differentiate cos of square root of x with respect to x. So first of all, suppose y is equal to cos of square root of x. Again we take square root of x equal to u. So this becomes y is equal to cos of u. Now differentiate with respect to x. Y becomes dy dx is equal to derivative of cos of u is minus sin u. But again derivative of u with respect to x. This u means square root of x. So the derivative of x raised to power 1 upon 2 is 1 upon 2 x raised to power 1 upon 2 minus 1. So u is square root of x. So final answer is minus sine of square root of x upon 2 into square root of x. My dear friends, next question, question number 9 is very important. So this is the also the gist of differentiability. How to find left-handed derivative, how to find right-handed derivative, and how to declare that the given function is differentiable if left-handed derivative is equal to right-handed derivative. If they are not equal, then the function is not differentiable at x is equal to 1. So here given function is f of x is equal to modulus of x minus 1. X belongs to real number, is not differentiable at x is equal to 1. So we shall discuss first of all left-hand derivative. Left-handed derivative is limit x approaches to 1. 1 mean at which point we are going to find the derivative of the function. So limit x approaches to 1, left-handed derivative, f of x minus f of 1 upon x minus 1. So putting the value of f of x, this is a modulus of x minus 1. F of 1 mean in the given question in place of x put 1. So this becomes 1 minus 1. Denominator is x minus 1. Now in order to remove this minus superscript symbol, we take limit h approaches to 0. That is, we put x is equal to 1 minus h. So modulus of 1 minus h minus 1, this is minus 0 upon 1 minus h minus 1. So this becomes minus h. H upon minus h, this is minus 1. The result of left-handed derivative is minus 1. But in case of right-handed derivative, we put the value of x is equal to 1 plus h. So 1 plus h minus 1 minus 0, 1 plus h minus 1. So answer is h. H upon h, this is 1. Left-handed derivative, result is minus 1. Right-handed derivative, result is plus 1. So they are not equal. Not equal mean f of x is not differentiable at x is equal to 1. Similarly, our next question is also very important. Question number 10. Prove that f of x is equal to greatest integer x. X lies in the strip 0 to 3. is not differentiable at x is equal to 1 and at x is equal to 2. So first of all, before solving the question, we know these two important things about greatest integer function. Limit x approaches to 1, left-handed derivative before this greatest integer function. Now we introduce h. H is equal to 1 minus h. So 1 minus h, suppose this is h is very small quantity. Suppose we take this as 0.0001. So what is 1 minus h? This is almost 0.09999. So final result out, whenever we take this number out of the greatest integer function, result is 0. Similarly, left-handed limit of greatest integer function at x is equal to 2. We put x is equal to 2 minus h. H is very small quantity, again same 1, 0.00001. So 2 minus 0.00001, that is equal to 1.999. So this result is 1. But in case of right-handed limit, greatest integer function, this is 1 plus h. We put x is equal to 1 plus h. So 1.00001. So outside this greatest integer function, the value is 1. And at x is equal to 2, this greatest integer function 2 plus h, matlab 2.0001 is equal to 2. So if f of x is equal to greatest integer function x is differentiable at x is equal to 1, it means left-handed derivative should be equal to right-handed derivative. Left-handed derivative, we have solved this value is equal to 0, and one integral form greatest integer function, this will remain same 1, 0 minus 1. X mean 1 minus h minus 1. Right hand side greatest integer function, limit is at x is equal to 1 is 1. So 1 minus 1, this numerator is 0. Here denominator is only h. Put h is equal to 0. So 1 upon minus 0. This is 0 upon something. So these two terms are not equal. So we say that given function is not differentiable at x is equal to 1. Similarly, at x is equal to 2, limit x approaches to 2, greatest integer x minus 2. The values are 1 minus 2. So this is also not equal. So what we can say here, we can say that the given function is not differentiable. F of x is not differentiable at x is equal to 1 because left-handed derivative is not equal to right-handed derivative. Similarly, f of x is not differentiable at x is equal to 2 because left-handed derivative at x is equal to 2 is not equal to right-handed derivative at x is equal to 2. So thanks for watching. If you like the video, subscribe the channel, and in order to make your screen clear, that is to improve the video quality, you can press 3 buttons. There you can improve the video quality. So once again, thank you for watching. Thank you very much.